Yo, what it do, family? High Value Basketball. We are back once again with the best basketball commentary on this side of the planet. You dig? Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that button, family. Appreciate it. Woo, buddy. I said earlier, it's going to be a long season for the Lakers. Man, these fools just endured a 47-point loss to the Kings, of all people. Let that sink in, y'all. Let that marinate. Let that bake in the oven. Ding. Oven's ready. 47-point loss, y'all. Yo. To the Kings. Now, I can see if they had a 47-point loss to Denver or the Golden State. But to the Kings, that is not a good sign whatsoever, y'all. Come on now. Now, of course, the big three didn't play. Jordan, LeBron. I said Jordan. Oh, man. Shout out to Jordan playing for the Lakers. LeBron, AD, and Westbrook. It's already rumored that Westbrook is having his diva itch kick in because he left the game. Apparently wasn't injury, but they're speculating that it was just him being a diva and being emotional, that he had to ride the bench. And so he left the game. But regardless of whatever the excuses are, your team should not be losing by almost 50 points. 50 points. That is ridiculous, y'all. Per usual, per most LeBron era teams, and it's finally catching up to him because he always builds these weird teams. That whole top-heavy madness that they love to build with LeBron, it's finally catching up. The NBA as a whole league is finally moving on and moving past the ridiculous big three attempts. The league tried their best to try to follow behind that crap when, LeBron ran to Miami and ran back to Cleveland and was, constructing these Uber teams and all of that. And so the league itself kept trying to follow suit. And so that kept giving extra, it basically kept LeBron's way of winning afloat a little bit because there's not that much talent in the league to be trying to build the big threes. So these teams, when they try to build them, they end up just building even more faulty rosters. But now teams are waking up to the fact that, there's a 9-man rotation, a 10-man rotation. There's 15 players on the team. That it might be better to build out a depth squad, to build out a squad that has people who are actually full-on basketball players and not just these one-dimensional specialists who can only do one thing on the court to support, the one lead player's style of play. These teams are building out actual teams, and these actual teams are destroying these flawed teams that LeBron loved to build. And we're in a place now to where the inescapable has finally emerged. The thing that LeBron has been running from basically his whole daggone career. An irrelevant team. This team is irrelevant. The only reason why this team is relevant is because of the big three's names on the top and the media buzz that comes along with it. But as far as this team being a competitive team, they are 100% irrelevant. They can't compete, yo. They can barely compete. Yeah, they had some good showings. They definitely had some good showings. In the preseason, they looked improved from last year. But as I said before, improving from last year ain't doing much. You didn't even make the play-in. So improving would at least be a play-in team. Well, I don't know how y'all gonna fare being one when, as it clearly shows, that every other player outside of the big three and maybe Patrick Beverley has barely enough presence to be on an NBA team and on the court. And not enough presence for all of them collectively to be on one team. Everybody outside of the big three on this team are pure bench players. Like they're all just bench players and not 6-man players. Maybe Patrick Beverley's like a 6-man. Everybody else on this team, it should be a bench player, like 9th man, 7th man, 8th man on the rotation. But these dudes are on the floor a whole lot. And it's the whole team outside of the big three. So you can't expect this team to actually do anything special. They're not going to. Not sorry, Lakers Nation. This whole thing is a complete and utter disaster, yo. This 47 point loss, this is a sign of things to come. There are going to be many a nights where y'all finna get blowed out by younger teams, especially younger teams that quote unquote aren't that good. Because those younger teams and them younger squads, they finna run up and down the court on y'all. These teams are going to completely dismantle everything that the Lakers have built. And I don't even say these teams are going to dismantle it. LeBron, Pelinka, and Jeannie Buss have actually dismantled what was a functional team back in 2020. So, hey, get ready for more of these 40-point losses because they show coming, y'all. They show coming. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. High Value Basketball. Peace.